Alpha, Beta, Omega. No, that's not the name of a college fraternity. As you probably guessed from the title, I was referring to just some of the types of males. Specifically, the different male personality types that make up the men of the world. The initial theory started with the idea that human society resembled a wolf pack in terms of there being a hierarchy. After all, as humans, we are all still relatively primate beings living in an increasingly modern world. So naturally, there are some primordial personality types that stemmed from that. You probably know at least a few of these types that you can think of in your daily life. Who knows, after watching this, you may look at some of them, or even yourself, a little differently. Depending on who you ask, there are at least 7 different male personality types, so today we're going to be taking a look at all 7 of them. Number 1. Zeta Male. The Zeta Male is one of the lesser-known male personality types. As you can imagine, it is considered to be the polar opposite of the alpha males, which we'll get to in a bit. The Zeta Male is a one-man wolf pack. Stop thinking about the movie The Hangover. I know you are, stop it. As Zetas are lone wolves, they tend to keep their own company and live by their own rules. This strict code of solitude also extends into Zeta's love life, as Zetas tend to be celibate by choice, choosing to forego things like sex and marriage. Each has their own reasons for this choice, of course. For some, it may just be a matter of going through life with blinders on, only seeing directly what is in front of them to achieve their goals. For others, it may be that they had relationships go wrong and as a result chose not to focus any energy on things that may distract them. It can be a lonely existence in more than one way, but as any Zeta Male will tell you, even being a lone wolf is better than being a sheep. Number 2. Gamma Male. The Gamma Male is an interesting one, as Gammas are like the stew of personality types. There tends to be a little bit of everything in this personality type, unlike the others. Typically, with a personality type, there is one defining characteristic that stands out. With Gammas, there are no internal dominant personality types. For example, someone with a Gamma personality type is as empathetic as they are adventurous. Certain people over the years have viewed empathy as a feminine emotion or a weakness. But anyone who's ever had a male doctor with horrible bedside manner will tell you how important of a trait empathy is to have. Clearly, that is one of Gamma's strengths. As well, Gammas tend to be very self-aware in terms of themselves and how their actions affect others, which combined with their empathy is a major advantage in whatever field they choose to go into. Not to mention the fact that Gammas tend to be both eager and adventurous. So your Gamma friend may be the one to suggest a crazy adventure, but he'll also at least hopefully make sure you live through it. Of the personality types, Gammas tend to be more shy. Number 3. The Omega Male. Full disclosure, when writing this script, it made me think of a movie called The Omega Man. The movie was later remade starring Will Smith. And speaking of Omega Males, this personality type tends to be more chill and easygoing than the other types of personalities. Omegas very much walk to the beat of their own drum. They're intelligent, even to the point of being nerdy about things like video games or things they collect. But unlike other personality types, Omegas aren't looking to rule the world, as it's just where they keep their stuff. He's typically that friend who's really smart in lots of different ways, but doesn't apply those smarts in a useful way. We've all got a friend like that who is both the smartest person we know and the least successful. While other personality types may work towards the huge house and collection of supercars, the Omega is happy with a basement apartment and the latest video game. Nor are they typically looking to attract as many women as they can. In their love life, Omegas can be frustrating for their partners. Omegas want to take care of their partner, but at the same time aren't into partners who need them all of the time. Sometimes Omegas just want to chill out on their own. This kind of hot and cold relationship style doesn't often lead to long-lasting and meaningful relationships. Number 4. Delta Males. The Delta Males are another of the somewhat lonely personality types, though their loneliness is generally less intentional than that of the Zeta Males. Delta personalities tend to be more modest than other personality types, though in some cases, Delta's personality types may have developed after some sort of trauma that makes them withdraw from the world a bit and lead a more modest existence. Though they are hardworking, driven, and goal-orientated, deltas still somehow manage to stage in the shadows. They will never get all of the attention that some of the other personality types will, and this can unfortunately make them resentful of the world around them, feeling as if they are always trying to forge ahead but never quite getting there. Despite the mentioned loneliness though, that doesn't mean that delta personalities are always alone. Deltas aren't like zetas who shun relationships of a physical and emotional nature. Instead, deltas tend to be slightly more closed off even when in a relationship. If a delta was already cut deeply before, they tend to develop a heightened sense of self-defense mechanism of keeping everyone at arm's length. This can be especially frustrating for romantic partners, as many come to find out when dating a delta, a partner may get in, but they never get all the way in. So even in a solid relationship, both a delta male and even their partner may feel very lonely. However, if the partner is willing to stick it out, they may have something very special. Even though a delta male's personality trait may not always make them the most fun at parties, they are definitely someone you would want to have on your team. Number 5. The Sigma Male. This is a personality type that really has only seemed to gain notice in recent years. They are another of the lone wolf personality types, though in this case they are less the hangover style one-man wolf pack and more linked to a John Wick style. Specifically, what we mean is that the Sigma male tends to be cunning, self-confident, likable, and a bit manipulative. They tend to be excellent communicators, and this, along with their self-confidence, tends to draw people into their orbit. Though unlike other personality types, Sigmas don't usually seek out attention. Any attention they gain is typically a byproduct of their overall being, as well as the results that come from their hard work. In terms of jobs, Sigmas tend to prefer to work for themselves as opposed to being tied down to a boring, monotonous job. This independent streak and ambition also tends to make Sigma males very adventurous too, and it's not uncommon for Sigma males to randomly decide to pick up and go. With all of this going for them, Sigmas are also known for being a bit manipulative. Their mix of charm and confidence makes it easier for them to talk people into things. Rather than trying to bully others through sheer force of will or personalities, a Sigma male may convince you of something before you realize it. Due to their unique combined traits, the Sigma male's love life tends to be as unique, typically resulting in somewhat brief but passionate love affairs. As a result, Sigmas tend to be like bees, always looking for the next flower. Don't be sad that it's over, be happy that it happened at all. Unlike the Alpha, who projects an outward confidence, Sigmas are like black holes. They are so internalized that it draws the world to them. Number 6. The Beta Male. This brings us to one of the more commonly known personality traits. What is better than a beta? Well, that depends on who you talk to. Beta males are known primarily for their submissive personality tendencies. They will likely do what they can to avoid confrontation. They are the so-called nice guys in the personality pecking order. Along with being submissive, betas tend to be loyal, friendly, and reserved. The beta male is the guy that is typically brought home to meet the parents, while the alpha is doing the wild thing in his date's head. In other words, beta males are typically the guy the woman would marry after having fun with alphas or sigmas. In society, betas are somewhat looked down upon as they lack certain desirable traits of the others. What they may lack in being brash and adventurous, they make up for in stability. At work, they tend to be nose to the grindstone types who work hard but never seem to get promoted. They are the beige wallpaper of personality types. They are important and serve a purpose, but are rarely first choice. Typically, betas are the safe choice in terms of partners, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Number 7. The Alpha Male. Here we are at the top of the personality food chain. The term alpha goes back to the wolfpack thing. Specifically, the alpha male is thought of as the dominant personality type in the pack that all others listen to and aspire to be like. The idea being that every pack has an alpha. Just to dispel something, this isn't how wolves work. Wolf society is much more nuanced. That said, alphas are born leaders. They tend to be charismatic and dominating. Women want to be with them, betas want to be them. They are generally the center of attention for good reason. Beyond their personalities, alphas tend to be successful in whatever they aspire to do, which plays into the whole top-of-the-pack mystique of this personality type. Unlike the manipulator sigmas, alphas tend to dominate outwardly, and this personality type tends to attract their own pack. So there you have it, the 7 male personality types we know of. Did you find yourself or people you know on this list? Hopefully you learned a bit more about yourself from this as well. We are an ever-evolving species and we're all in this together.